as you like started making music, and that was like what, roughly around 2005, I guess.
No, before that.
2000, let's say.
Yeah.
You started like releasing music.
Yeah, okay, yeah. I started releasing music around, I think, 2002.
Okay. And this is just from my research, right? Because you were mentioning in an interview, salute to the LA natives, right? I was watching the podcast episode that you did with them, right? And you know, you're explaining how you went from like talking more thuggy stuff to like getting into more the indigenous culture and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
Then you dropped Red Winter, right? That shit hit 1 million, fam.
Yeah.
When you get a music video that hits 1 million on YouTube,
yeah,
something different happens.
Fact, bro.
Talk to me about that.
Shit, it was such a crazy time. In 2012, I decided that my sons at the time, I had 2 sons by then. I wasn't a good dad at that time, bro.
Yeah.
I was in the street, bro. I was pushing crack. I caught crack charges around that time.
Mm-hmm.
I was, still robbing people, still getting robbed back, and I started thinking, man, this is not no way to live, man. Like, I don't belong in a box. I don't belong in a cage, bro.
Yeah.
My son, like, he called me out of the blue because he was living in Calgary. And he's like, I was in Winnipeg wilding. And I was coming off of a case. And my son was like, when you coming home?
Wow. Jesus.
And me not having my pops, it hit me hard as fuck because I could never say that to my dad. I couldn't even call my dad. I remember, like, when I was a kid, I'd be like, hey, Dad. Like, and I couldn't even say it loud enough for him to hear it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So when I heard that, first of all, I thought big ups to him for having, being able to say that.
Mm-hmm.
And it changed something in me. And I was like, I don't want to give up my life to these streets just because the streets want me to.
Mm-hmm.
Or the streets want me there, or whatever I thought it would, or the fiends need me, or what I mean? My sons need me. The fiends,
Yeah.
And no disrespect to anybody who's stuck in that loop, because I know you're going through some shit, but at that time I was like, call this. I need to get back.
Mm-hmm.
And some wild shit happened to where, the streets tried to bring me back one more time and just about took my life, And I was like, hey, that was I gotta go back to my kid.
Right.
And as soon as I got back, there was this I don't know more movement popping off. It was like this resurgence of indigenous, like, activism, indigenous pride, all these people started like realizing that, yo, this Harper government is trying to fuck us over right now with this new bill. I think it was Bill C-45.
Yeah, I remember that. And you take mad shots at Harper in those early tracks.
Yeah, so
I'm like, get him.
Right? Yo, so I went back and I took part in my first like protest rally where we literally marched from this res called Morley, Alberta on the Highway 1. And during all these dark times in Winnipeg, there was times of like light that kept shining through, like to tell me like, yo, there's something bigger here than what you're doing. Mm-hmm. And sometimes the dark had to bring me to that light.
Right.
So I ended up going through like the system in Peg, and I got out into this I got released into this like rehab program that was like court ordered.
Mm-hmm.
And there was this elder in the back because they had this like clearing in the back that was like land, right? And this elder, his name's Stone Bear. Shout out Stone Bear. It's my OG.
And also salute to all the people behind the wall, right? Right. And especially the native guys behind the wall, right? Yeah, like, not to single anybody out, but y'all really keep it 100 in there. Like as a man who's been down below, you know what I'm saying? You guys, y'all have ceremonies and stuff like that. I respect it, fam.
Word.
Keep going.
Yeah. Shout out to everybody behind the wall, man. I still got people back there, and
the elder.
Yeah, the elder Stone Bear. I walked in because I was able to like rock my shit again, right? Because I think I was in like a provincial.
Okay.
And then I went to this program, so I had my J's back. You know, I was heavy. I'm still into J's. I got J's on right now, but back then I used to rock a lot of gold and diamonds and shit. Big ass, you know, diamond earrings, big ass gold chain with the diamond pendant. All the rings and bracelets.
Swag.
So I'm walking in this rehab joint like that, and he sees me and he's like, "What the fuck are you doing in here with that shit on, man?" And laughed at me. And I was like, "How you gonna laugh at me, bro?" I thought I was the illest shit, right? On the street, you know, I was like, yo, you know, I had it all. I thought, right? I had all the little things, you know?
Yeah.
And that changed my life when he laughed at me, bro. Like, first I was offended, but then he's like, "What you gonna do with all that shit? You can't bring that shit into the sweat lodge. You know, meet me in the back tomorrow, 5 a.m. And usually you had to go through this process to get to the back to work with him. Like it was like a month or two process. But he saw something in me,
right,
and said, "Get in there."
Saw that freaking gold on your neck. Say this man needs saving.
Yeah, yo. So he's like, you can't get in there with that. So you got to take it off. So, like, we think of like the lodge as like going back into the womb, bro. Going back, like almost like we're going, like taking a little walk into the spirit world. So in the next few months that I was there, I think I was there like 4 or 5, 6 months or something like that. And he taught me about Anishinaabe culture. I didn't know how to cut wood at the time, bro. I was such a city boy. You know, it taught me how to chop wood, how to pick the right grandfathers and grandmothers, which are the stones for the sweat lodge, how to start a fire, how to tend the fire, how to take care of the people in the lodge. You know, it's called a skabe, which means helper. He taught me how to be a skabe and take care of people. So all of a sudden I had this sense of like, whoa, I'm not breaking down anybody with this. I'm helping people.
Yeah.
Especially people who are coming from like lockup, people coming from a hard addiction. Some people were coming off of like heroin, crack, you name it, right? And I felt this sense of like, whoa, I'm helping somebody now. And that felt a lot better than taking, you know what I mean? So here we get back into this giving and taking, you know?
Yeah.
You give back. So he taught me all these things, including like songs, like Anishinaabe songs that stay with me to this day. And I sing with my kids, like, even when I'm on the road, I'll get on the phone and I'll sing them. And my baby, he just like goes from to like, you know?